All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 9th episode of the Raging Trajan Sports Podcast. Excited to be here today. We'd like to apologize for the delay. We actually had an episode that we were going to put out. It's going to put out last Saturday. Corrupted, man. The same software happened the very first time I made the episode. We put out an episode. It was a couple hours. It was on video too. We were really excited to share it, and then boom, when we try to upload it, software just corrupts. There's nothing we could do, no way to recover it. It was lost, and he wasn't able to redo it in a short manner. So found a little bit of a time delay here, but we will get more consistent with the schedule.
We should start a lot more consistent.
Oh yeah. He's had finals this week. I've been sick. It's been a tough week, but we're gonna get more consistent with the schedule, no doubt. Especially since we got this setup here that we're so excited about. We're gonna give it about a Saturday, Monday, and Thursday every single week. That's what we're gonna be shooting for, and that's what we're gonna get. But with that said, man, we got to do this all again after we did it all. But, man, those games this weekend were really something in the NFL. Can't wait to talk about those. So many close games, so many crazy storylines. And we're really starting to get towards it in the playoff race this year. When we start to get 3 weeks left in the season, that's when these games really start to matter, really start to get into it in the thick of the playoff race. And if it's not a playoff game, you kind of lose interest in it, And the other races all start to heat up. But we're going to talk about the NFL today, review Week 14. We're going to talk about the Giannis extension. That man got paid. Going to talk about some college basketball that's been going on. Hasn't been too much going on in college basketball, but there's been some. Nothing like watching some late night Montana basketball. Pulling out a win last night. Nothing like watching that. That's some old Pac-12 network. Man, going to talk a little bit about Taylor Horton-Tucker. He looked good in L.A. You don't like the preseason storylines, the preseason takeaways? Not too big of a preseason NBA guy? Yeah.
Or whatever.
NBA overreact guy. But all right, let's just jump into it. Let's go. Let's just talk about the NFL. Let's just go down the list, talk about the NFL, because there were so many great games that we need to talk about it, that we haven't got to talk to the world about yet. Let's start it off. Let's go Cleveland and let's go Baltimore. Monday nighter.
Hell of a game.
Man, holy shit! This might have been the game of the year so far this year. So what are your takeaways from watching that game?
Both teams are legit.
Both teams can win in the playoffs. Is capable of winning the playoff games.
Yeah.
Man, how good did Baker look? Man?
I don't know. I really don't. I didn't get to see the whole game because I was at the ORU game. I saw the end of the game and I saw when Lamar was out and Trace McSorley tore his ACL or anything. That was pretty crazy, but yeah, Baker.
Yeah, Lamar had to use that.
I saw his drive at the end of the game too. I think I started watching when they were down 14. Yeah.
Dude, his arm looked good. One time he brought back, unloaded. It went 70 yards.
70 yards.
I rewinded. I was like, holy shit! How long was that pass?
It looks.
It is.
I don't know. I'm still, in my opinion, it's not really changed on Baker because.
But I thought he's looked better recently here. He's looked better recently.
2 weeks.
Here.
He's looked better. If
he can play like he did Monday, that team has a chance to beat anybody. That team has a chance any given Sunday to beat anybody. Just because of the talent they have around him.
I just don't trust Baker. You trust Baker to win 3 straight games in the playoffs?
No, I don't. But I think there's a chance he does now after watching him. I wouldn't have thought that. Actually, I was just really impressed after watching him. He looked good throwing it, slinging it across the field.
He's looked a lot better.
I'm not against you there. I'm not confident in his ability to go win the Super Bowl at this stage of his career. Not at all.
No. His team is really good around. I feel like he's probably going to improve as his career goes on, but his team right now, he's going to have as good as chances he's ever going to have.
Yeah, I know.
Nick Chubb is a freaking beast.
Yeah, but it was about time. It was great to see Lamar and these Ravens come back from behind and get a big win. It's something that they haven't been able to do.
They would have lost that game. Their season probably was done.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Lamar goes out the game, and you got the lead. You come back, and you're down at the 4th and 5, and the game on the line. I'm just watching. Comes up 2 minutes more. Lamar's back. Oh shit, Lamar's back. 4th and 5, touchdown to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Watching that play was surreal. Then Baker goes right down the field, no resistance, and scores a touchdown. Then Justin Tucker, the greatest kicker in the game, man, you gave the weapon a chance. There were some great kicks this weekend. How about that? How about the Florida LSU game? How about that kick by that dude? in the fog and the cold, man, to beat the fifth-ranked team in the nation. Yeah,
that was impressive.
I was just saying.
It was like a 57-yarder.
Yeah, man. Oh, what a kick that was! Just in the night, man. In the night. That was a great game to watch. That's a great game to watch.
That was a good game.
Can't believe
LSU. You know.
Florida frauds, man. Frauds.
Yeah.
How
are you gonna lose to LSU?
You build up your whole season and you're ranked top 10. You got this Heisman race centered around Kyle Trask, and you go and you lose to fucking
Florida, not Florida.
LSU. You go and lose to LSU, and then they want to sit here and like they're still talking. The Florida head coach was still talking that they should still be ahead of Ohio State. Like, dude,
they only moved down one spot in the playoff ranking.
What do you mean you should still be ahead of Ohio State?
You lost
2 games.
And they only moved down one
They're
spot.
like, oh, sample size. If you take our 5 best games, we're in the playoff. Bullshit.
Ohio State would run Florida.
They would run LSU by 50, and they would say they're better than him, and you lost to LSU.
Florida's definitely a better team than LSU, but just not that Saturday. But
yeah. No, I agree.
Ohio State is definitely. I mean,
I don't know if those two were to play. I would definitely think Ohio State would win that game, especially after seeing Florida lose to LSU. But who knows? Any given Saturday, you know. But
any given Saturday.
I just can't. Florida losing to LSU.
That's a really bad loss. That's a disgusting loss.
With playoff hopes on the line.
Yeah.
Can't beat LSU at home. Terrible. They don't deserve to make the playoff after losing that game.
So what do you think for this Ravens team? Man, I think they're probably gonna make the playoffs now. This time we gotta look at these schedules now. We gotta look at this. We gotta take a look at this. It's that time of year. Only got 3 games left on the schedule. But the Ravens got the Jaguars, the Giants, and the Bengals. So
they're probably
I like their chances to run the schedule there and get in at 11-5. The Giants game will be a little bit difficult because they're going to be playing for the playoffs as well. But I like their chances. I'm just saying in terms of the Jaguars and the Bengals, they'll definitely beat the Jaguars and the Bengals.
They'll definitely beat those two. But I'm sure
the Giants, you're going to have to earn it.
Too.
Yeah, I like them in that game, but they're going to have to earn it.
What's the game at?
It's in Baltimore, which I don't even really put stock into anymore, but it is in Baltimore.
No chance against Baltimore.
Then for Cleveland, we got at the Giants, at the Jets, and versus the Steelers. That's what we got for them.
The Steelers Browns game, last game of the year.
I still like them to make
for the
playoffs,
division.
but man, it's not looking too hot for for the Dolphins right now. To be honest with you, it's not looking too hot for the Dolphins because if both of them make it, then you got the Colts and the Titans sitting there. And yeah, that's 7 right there. So,
I don't even know.
Yeah, the Dolphins got a tougher schedule coming up too. They got versus the Patriots. They got to win that one. At the Raiders, probably got to win that one, and then at the Bills, which that'll probably be.
They do have a tough schedule.
And they're 8-5 too. So they can miss it at 10-6. So the Dolphins might be screwed this year. The Dolphins really might be screwed.
I mean, at the beginning of the year, if you would have said that they were like in playoff contention.
Yeah, you would have just been happy with that.
They won 10 games this year. That's really impressive because a lot of people last year thought. I mean, they probably were the worst team in the league last year.
But it really is just strange waking up in a world where the Browns are 9-4 and a good football team, man. It's weird. It's like the world just the balance of the universe just shifted on us, man.
Yeah.
We got the Bills and the Browns.
Top
guns in the AFC now.
Two bad teams.
Been in the doormat my whole life, man. Been in my doormat the whole life. I've never known anything besides the Browns, actually. But it's weird. It's weird to see.
Buffalo, legit.
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Buffalo's really legit. How many? Man, you think Josh Allen's probably going to get a Super Bowl before it's all said and done, don't you think? He's going to get himself one?
Hopefully.
One time over these years.
So.
They keep putting good defenses around him.
Yeah. I mean, Andy keeps improving, so.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead. Let's move forward. We got Bills, Steelers. We had the Bills come out at 26 and the Steelers come out at 15. This was a Sunday night game. We had 2 great primetime games this week. With this being the Sunday night game, we found out a lot this game. Oh, boy, did we find out a lot. You Steelers fans, I think the Steelers fans, for the most part, already kind of had this inner, like, peace about
the Steelers
it.
fans know. Especially after losing last Sunday.
They knew. They knew after
they
the
know they're
football
not
team.
that good. They're not 11-2 good.
Yeah,
Definitely.
no, I don't think they're 11
Not
too
even
good at all.
close.
I put them in my power rankings. I put them at 7. I had the Chiefs above them. I had the Bills above them. I had who else did I have above them? I had the Rams above them. I had the Saints above them. I think I had the Seahawks. Yeah, obviously I had the Packers above them. That's 5. Then I think the Seahawks were the 6. I had them at 7.
I don't think Pittsburgh is just. I mean, they literally just go empty. Like they can't.
Dude, they can't run it at all. It's so easy to beat when you're so one-dimensional.
Their run game is just quick passes.
Non-existent. It's non-existent.
James
The run game's
Conner,
completely non-existent.
I don't know what happened to James Conner.
That team's just not enticing to me when it's Big Ben and you can't run it at all.
What would Le'Veon Bell do to this team? He would help.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
So much. I mean, they can't.
Le'Veon Bell would do wonders for this team.
Yeah.
A healthy Le'Veon Bell. I don't know. He's looked better to me every week.
I haven't really watched
in
him in
Kansas
City.
City. He's looked better every week. He hasn't looked great any week, but he's looked better.
He'll be another starter. He'll be a starter running back
Mhm.
in the league again one day. I know. I mean,
They saw, man, those running backs seem to age out so
Yes.
fast. So fast.
I still think Le'Veon. I'm pretty sure he's only like 28. He's still got some left. In him.
28's pretty old for a running back, but
Once
I
he hit
agree
the
with
30 mark,
Yeah.
Le'Veon can definitely get a job somewhere starting. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. No, I agree. He should definitely be able to
He's
do
just an
the job
idiot
starting.
on how he has handled his
Yeah.
current situation. If he just would have signed with the Steelers immediately when they offered him the contract, things would be looking up for him probably. But for some reason went to New York and fizzled out there, and now he's the backup in Kansas City to Clyde.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
He's been getting some more work here though over the weeks. He's been getting some more work.
He's probably gonna leave.
It's been more of an
Kansas City
even
next
split.
year, though.
Yeah.
He's only on that 1-year deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll be interested to see where he goes next
So
year. And see what he
when you
has
look
in
at
the
this
tank.
Bills team, what is the weakness of this Bills team to you? Well,
Uh,
where
they
do you
can't run
see
the
them
ball
and
really
be like,
either.
oh, they're not going to be able to beat Mahomes? Yeah, they can't run the ball, and that's something you really need to do to be able to beat Mahomes. It
Josh
seems
Allen
like
I don't know.
you can keep up with it.
I
No,
definitely
Stephon
think they're
Diggs, the
second
addition of
best team
Stephon
in the
Diggs has
NFL,
made this
or
team
in the AFC definitely.
has made this team so much better. Stephon Diggs, man, so when you add him with that, man, it's just a dangerous offense, really dangerous offense. Josh Allen knows how to find him. He's a really talented receiver, man. He looks a lot better with Josh Allen than he did with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I don't know.
In that crowded.
I don't know who's going to beat them
Seeing
outside
there.
of Kansas City, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Baltimore if they play a good
I
game.
mean, Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen was a crazy duo. And now you
Yeah.
got him and you got John Brown,
After
Cole
seeing-
Beasley. It's a
Yeah, a lot of good receivers.
nasty receiving core.
After seeing Buffalo play Pittsburgh, I don't think
Yeah.
Pittsburgh can beat Buffalo.
Man, Pittsburgh's got work to do, man. Pittsburgh's got
man.
work to do.
Uh,
Pittsburgh's got work to do.
They're like, I don't know, like I just Pittsburgh, like
Yeah, you just like when you think of them, like they
They're
don't
not that good.
reign contender, you know.
no, even if they are 11-2, they're like the fakest. They're so fake, man. They were fake like when they were 11-0. Now they have 2 straight losses.
He has been ringing his bell. I'd have to say, Preston's
Yeah,
been ringing his
against-
bell
against
since
the
day
football
one.
team, and
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you can't run the ball and you can't. I mean, they're past. They have a really good front seven. I will give Pittsburgh that.
Yeah.
But
But
I'm
like-
pretty sure their Spillane dude got hurt. Devin Bush got hurt.
They do have really good front seven, but give me the football team's front seven all day.
Well,
The football team's front
This
seven
week's
all
will
day. I
decide
think that's why we beat them.
this week's gonna decide.
This week's gonna decide the NFCs.
Yeah, it's
I
coming
can't
down
wait. I can't wait to talk about
to Washington and Philly.
that.
I'm telling you. Philly's
Yeah, that's
doing
gonna
this.
be. Yeah, I mean Philly. They just gotta get a whole game on them. You know, they got the half game. They got that tie, but they're a game and a half back.
Yeah, they're only a game and a half back, but I think this.
That means the football team has to lose 2 games. That
That's
means
what I'm
Philly's
saying. I
gotta
think
win
this
2.
week will decide it because the football team plays Seattle and Philadelphia plays they play Arizona.
Oh yeah.
So if Philadelphia can win this game and Washington loses this week, I mean, Philly's looked terrible, but I think Jalen Hurts gave them a big boost, and Philly's done this past couple of years have
Yeah.
looked super mediocre.
And they do have. They can turn it on. Sometimes they can
That's-
turn it on.
that's
They
what
got
they've
that
done.
experience. Yeah. No, they got that,
2 years ago,
and
did
they
with
started.
Bulls.
They looked a lot better with Jalen Hurts. I will give them that.
Yeah.
That team that played Jalen Hurts, it was not the same team that I've been watching all year. All of a sudden, they started playing situational football. They started playing hard, rallying on the defensive end.
Yeah.
They're making plays for
I don't
my
know
man
what
Hurts.
happened.
And Jalen Hurts was playing. Jalen Hurts was playing his ass off, man. He's a gamer.
Yeah.
I've liked him since his Alabama days when he went to OU. He was getting some shit early in his OU playing days. People weren't a fan. He wasn't. I know he wasn't Kyler, but I was like, you guys need to shut the hell up, man. This dude's a winner. This is a grown man. He knows how to play the game of football. He knows how to win. That's just what I thought. I didn't think it would translate to the NFL, to be honest with you. I didn't think it'd be, but man, he just looks. He's so poised. When you get someone that is as poised as him, as poised and confident as him at the helm of your team, you just feel like you got a good chance. You feel like you got a good chance.
Let's see if he can put two good weeks together.
I don't. It'll be quite a bit of time before we can start actually putting him, placing him, ranking him among QBs. But he's better. He's a lot better than some of the quarterbacks I've been watching this year. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Dude, this might be the year where we've got more worse quarterbacks taking the field than just across the league. Guys that are starting across the league. We had Kendall Hinton start for the Broncos this week. We've had Joe Flacco signing, which has been one of the better ones. But yeah, I know those guys suck. But I'm just saying, guys that we've seen Jeff Driscoll throw out some starts there. When you see Jeff Driscoll, you see a combination of Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles out there. You got Nick Mullins in San Francisco all year. We're seeing Dwayne Haskins now in Washington. Ben DiNucci took the field. Man, we just seen some awful. Been the year. PJ Walker, when you get someone PJ Walker, oh shit, this guy can play QB. Oh shit, this guy's a quarterback. Yeah, we've seen Taysom Hill, but we've seen some shitty quarterbacks. Yeah. Seen Jake Luton out there. Jay Luton. Like I said, Kendall Hinton.
Drew Lock wasn't much better anyways, even though he had a big game this week.
Cam and Jarrett Stidham.
That's a good duo.
Yeah, that's a good duo right there. But man, it really just has been. It seems like this year there's been more QBs. Every Sunday when I watch the Red Zone and I see who's playing quarterback, there's more guys that are just what the hell?
There definitely are some bad quarterbacks in the league this year.
I just think it's really funny when you get a gap, when you get a game between, say, the Packers and the Jaguars, and the gaps between the quarterbacks are that massive. It's kind of funny to watch. It's kind of funny to watch.
They almost beat the Packers.
No, they did almost beat the Packers.
Jake Luton. Jake Luton almost beat a couple teams.
Yeah, with that massive spin movie man. They got Gardner Minshew going back now. So I like Gardner Minshew back in there now.
Yeah, definitely over those two.
I agree with that. So I think that'll do it for the Bills-Steelers game. I mean, is there anything else we need to touch on for that game?
Bills are legit.
The Steelers were. I was liking where the Steelers were at in the game until Big Ben threw the pick six at the end of the first half.
Oh, I watched the second half.
Yeah, I know they had a 7-3 lead, about 4 minutes left in the first quarter. It seemed like they were controlling the game. Stuff was flowing their way. They had the ball, and not a very good pick six from Ben.
Their offense is shit.
Their offense is.
Roethlisberger is. I don't know if he can win the Super Bowl by himself.
No, honestly, you know what the Steelers are. You know what the Steelers are to me, at least after watching the football team and watching them for so much. They're like the football team. I just say the defense is even, but they're just a little bit better of an offense. More explosive. The football team has absolutely no offense. Absolutely no offense. It's pretty bad. Alex Smith can get them up and down the field sometimes. But the Steelers actually have a decent offense. They just have no rush game. But I think defensive-wise, I think they're pretty similar. I think they're just so dominant on that side of the ball. Get such a good pass rush. Yeah.
I wonder who they'll play first in the playoffs. I really wonder if they're going to win a playoff game.
Yeah, they'll probably get that 2 seed, and 2 through 7 is going to be really good in the AFC.
Who do they have left on their the AFC stack?
Yeah, so they're going to get a good matchup. They're going to play a good team. That's what I'm saying. They got at the Bengals versus the Colts and at the Browns. That's who they got coming up. So,
I would take Tennessee over them. I would definitely take Cleveland over them. I think Cleveland's a way better team than Pittsburgh.
You do?
Yes, I think Baltimore's better than Pittsburgh too. Even though Pittsburgh beat them twice, but one game it was no Lamar.
I know you're not a Pittsburgh guy, but it's hard to argue with you after watching the last 3 weeks. Yeah. Even after they beat the Ravens, it's hard to argue that.
Well, they beat the Ravens.
Even after they
Robert
beat the
Griffin
Ravens.
III,
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
5.
And it was a nail biter. It was a nail biter.
not.
And after that, Mike Tomlin came out and talked to the team, and it was like,
oh yeah, and
their
they
ass
haven't looked
off
any better the last 2 weeks either. I mean,
Yeah.
after that they lost to the football team.
This is a dangerous case right here, especially at this time of the year. This is not the year you want this to be happening. Not the time of the year.
I don't think they've been very good the whole year. Like,
you think so? Do you think it's just now? Like, if it's going to come to light eventually, if it's going to come to light eventually, yeah.
I mean,
they can only
their schedule was weak.
win by the skin of their teeth over shitty teams
yeah,
for
their
so
schedule
long.
was so weak.
That type of deal. Yeah.
But when they had a couple good wins, I think they beat Baltimore with Lamar. That was a good one. Beat Cleveland. They kicked the shit out of Cleveland. Like 38-7.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't happen again. I don't know what happened that game, but probably a classic Baker. Terrible performance, but yeah, Pittsburgh finally come to light. They were 11-0, but hey, now you're 11-2, and things aren't looking up for Pittsburgh.
Things are not looking up for Pittsburgh at all. And they're still like, I mean, I guess they're just gonna be one of those teams. They get in the playoffs. They'll have a home playoff game. They'll probably be the 2 seed, maybe the 3 seed.
But if you're a Pittsburgh fan right now, you gotta be scared. Like, you gotta be nervous.
But like, how scared? We need to bring a Pittsburgh fan on this show and just talk to them about the emotions of the season.
Sam said he's still not worried after losing both those games.
He's still not worried because what Big Ben said after he lost, he said, we weren't playing for perfection. We're playing for Lombardis. And I was like, all right, that's badass. But I was like, are you really playing for a Lombardi though? Like,
I would put any amount of money that the Steelers will not win.
Well, they won't come away with the Lombardi.
No, hell no. No way they win the AFC. No way.
The Steelers come away.
I'd be surprised if they won a game in the playoffs.
Really?
Yes. One game. What was that? Play like Tennessee or even Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't think they're that good. Like their record is, they are 11-2. I get that, but I think their record is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't put too much stock into their record or anything.
Yeah, I mean, what like when they were 11-0, I mean, what were people looking at Pittsburgh and they were looking at the record? Oh, they're 11-0.
Just an offense led by Big Ben that's capable, and then with their defense, which has looked really good.
I don't think their offense even is capable. I mean, if they can't run the ball.
Well, they got some really good weapons around them, but yeah, I agree with you. If they can't run the ball, I'm really turned off by their offense because I thought their offense was pretty good.
If they can't run the ball, I mean. If you're one-dimensional, that's going to kill you.
They were running it better. Oh, yeah, no, they're so one-dimensional, too. There's not a team that's more one-dimensional.
They literally just get in empty and just
it was so easy for the football team to stop them, honestly.
Yeah,
it was so
Buffalo
easy.
didn't have any issues.
Yeah, no, Buffalo was just...
I'm pretty sure, what was the score?
Yeah.
23-15 or something?
No, that's what I'm saying, yeah. And then at half, I mean, all they really got is that touchdown, and they couldn't really move the ball after that.
No.
Ugly to watch. You had receivers dropping passes.
Ugly.
Just not a good scene in Pittsburgh. Not a good scene in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yes.
Crappy 11-2 team.
Yes, very.
Fraudulent.
Very.
Fraudulent.
Good saying that.
Yeah. But man, I can't wait until we get into these playoff matchups to see who Preston's going to take the Steelers to lose to. It's going to be like the Titans or the Colts. I know he's going to take them to lose.
If they play either. I don't care who they play. I'm going to pick them to lose.
I know Preston's going to pick them to lose at Heinz Field. I was a big fan after the Steelers lost. I had them right down on that board. I was ready to go. Fraudulent 11-0, 11-1, circled it, made sure everyone knew. But yeah, they lost. That's about.
It's going to be a disappointing season for the Pittsburgh.
But it was another really
fans.
good game. It was another really good game. With those two, we had some great nightcaps. We had some great nightcaps this week. I hope the next 3 weeks coming are just as good on the Sunday and Monday night game. We would have had Cowboys-Bengals. Thank the Lord that got flexed out. No, Sunday night. We would have had Cowboys-Bengals.
Why was that even?
It's just they do the schedules before.
Why did they schedule that week?
Yeah, when you know that you're going to end up
the
coming
Bengals,
back.
do they really think the Bengals were going to be competing at the end of the year?
I guess so,
Maybe
man.
the Cowboys.
I guess so. But let's go back. Let's get into these 305 games a little. We had football team 23, Niners 15. Man, this game was a football game, man. This is like between the Roman gladiators.
Nick Mullins is an issue. You said that
No,
49ers,
yeah.
that
Outcome.
they weren't, or it wasn't that big of a drop-off with Nick Mullins.
You can let me hear
Nick
it.
Mullins.
Yeah. You get it.
It's a huge
I'm man enough to take it on my chest when I give a take, man. That wasn't a take that I gave. that Nick Mullins was fine. They were good with him at quarterback.
They can't start Nick Mullins anymore. They got to go with the old C.J. Beathard. Because
I don't know about that, but I am man enough to admit that my take was off, especially after watching him Sunday against the football team. Nick Mullins,
sucks.
If you get pressure on Nick Mullins, you will succeed. And that's just what I'm going to say. He's not as bad as this man's making it sound like. This dude just loves when I get a bad pick. So whenever I say Nick Mullins is solid, and then he looks pretty rough. But
I've been saying that. Me and Dewey, because I swear every time me and Dewey would like turn on a game or like have like a bet on something, it'd be Nick Mullins. 49ers, Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins, like, what is he doing?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, but dude, when he's in garbage time, fourth quarter down 16, down 21, there's no one better.
Maybe Dak Prescott.
There's no one better in that situation.
Maybe Dak Prescott, because that's where he gets all his numbers, you know?
Yeah.
All these Cowboys fans, saying Dak Prescott's this, Dak Prescott's that.
Dak Prescott is, they were going to say, they said he's going to be the MVP. That's what they said, he's going to be the MVP.
They were 1-3.
MVP.
Should have been 0-4. I mean, every single game in the fourth quarter, I know they were down by multiple touchdowns, except for maybe.
Their defense sucked, though, man. Their defense sucked.
Whatever.
Defense sucked.
Whatever. You still got to win. You don't think Aaron Rodgers has been dealing with that his whole career? Drew Brees? They've always had to deal with crappy defenses, except for maybe Drew Brees this year. He's got a good D. And the year before. But before that, I know the Saints defense was always garbage. Kansas City, I mean, their defense isn't great. Last year, it really wasn't great.
No. It's better this year.
Yeah, it is better this year. But a lot of quarterbacks could get that excuse. Don't get me wrong, Dallas' defense was, historically bad at the beginning of the year. It still is super bad. But, I mean, I don't know. If my quarterback and my team was down multiple touchdowns going into every single fourth quarter, when he was playing, I wouldn't be too impressed. Why is Dak Prescott? I get he's got amazing numbers, or he did have amazing numbers, but he's a stat patter.
He's a stat patter.
When teams are in that, just prevent,
No, it's easier to score points at that stage of the game. It is easier to score points at that stage of the game.
Marshmallow defense.
It is interesting. We need to do some research and find out actually how much of Dak's numbers do come from that situation, because it does seem like quite a bit.
Probably a lot. Probably a lot of touchdowns.
And also, just too, when you're down in the game like that, like down 14, down 21, the script is always throw.
Yeah,
when you're up in the game, it's more balanced. You're trying to run the ball, trying to keep the defense off balance.
I hope the
But Dak did seem, at least this year, to find himself in the spot where he was just throwing to get right back into the game.
They'd get back in the game, but they were 1-3 with him.
Yeah,
it should have been 0-4.
And they were. I think they did play some pretty good teams.
Atlanta,
Seahawks. They had an impressive loss for the Seahawks early. Where I was like, all right, the Cowboys are. No, I'm just saying they had an impressive loss to the Seahawks. Where I was like, all right, Cowboys don't look bad. That's just what I thought after the game.
There are no such thing as impressive losses, Trajan. No such thing as impressive losses.
All right, if you want to bring this into this whole deep mindset thing, I was just saying it was a good game, man. It was a good game. After that game, I was like, the Cowboys are gonna have a pretty good year. They're gonna be all right. I was like, Cowboys are gonna be all right.
Who did they lose to? They lost to. Who was the first game of the year? They lost to.
It's just crazy when you go back at the early year and see what we thought of some teams and then where we are now.
Yeah.
Because if you go and just what you thought about the Bears, I don't know what you ever thought about the Bears. But I never thought they were too much.
No.
I thought they might make the playoffs. Maybe 5-1.
Yeah.
I was like, sure, you might get that NFC 6 or 7 seed.
Yeah.
But Packers, I thought about exactly what I think of them now. My opinion on the Cowboys, like we said, has changed a lot. What do you think about Mike McCarthy? Do you think he needs to get another year? Do you think he's just get him the hell out of there?
I just think, I don't know why they. What do they have going for them? Why is it so adamant?
Dude,
why do people think we're doing it?
Jerry's been doing some weird shit with that franchise for a while now. And I think it might be in the best interest for the Cowboys. I think Jerry might be the problem
until he dies.
I know, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think Jerry, man.
He's pretty damn old.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know if that's the man you want running your franchise right now, you know?
No.
I've always been a big Jerry guy.
I think Jerry Jones was good in probably the 80s and 90s, but as time's gone on,
maybe the 50s, you know, maybe the 50s and the 60s
yeah.
was his heyday.
As he's got a little older, as time's gone on, he hasn't been able to run a team as well. I mean, he's the owner. I'm pretty sure he's something else too.
Yeah.
I love Jerry Jones. He'd always go down the field when the Cowboys. Yeah. I hate you, Jerry Jones. But I love you too because the Cowboys have been terrible ever since I've been alive. You know, 2 playoff wins. Cowboys are such a joke. I feel bad for all you Cowboys fans.
That's someone else need to get on here is the Cowboys because
what?
Gavin said something.
You're gonna bring like Trevor on here, and we're just gonna say a bunch of facts, and he's gonna
America's team.
Yeah, he's gonna say some stupid shit like that. He's gonna say, "Well, Dak Prescott's good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know."
I like what Gavin was said. He said in the group chat the other day, he was like, Cowboys fans in here are a lot louder in September and October than they are in December.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes for the Cowboys these days. I mean, they're just such a joke, man. Zeke, that was a terrible contract. His see that his yardage gone down year by year since he signed that deal.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's been eating more tacos than.
Yeah, he also does get 300 carries a year, and I mean that's gotta wear down your body. There's no way it doesn't.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if this year.
That's why you don't sign.
Was kind of a nice year for him, you know, because he didn't get that work like he typically does.
It.
I wonder if he'll come back next year with a vengeance, or if he's just on the tail end.
If he doesn't play well next year, he's definitely on the.
Because you know who I've thought was always a capable starting running back in this league and could be good if given an opportunity was Tony Pollard.
Yeah, and he'd be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it's almost time to start. It might be time to start banging that drum. You know, I'm not sure how much year Zeke has left, but I've always just been impressed. You know, he got a touchdown last week, I believe, against the Bengals. He kind of got the ball on a deal. He just finally got the rock and went and scored. I think he's a pretty good running back.
Every single time you sign a running back to a big contract, I mean, what does it get you? I mean, the Rams did the same thing with Todd Gurley. The Cowboys are doing the same thing. Has
there been a case where it like has worked out? Like they've signed a running back long term and it's been like, oh, that was a really good signing.
I'm trying to think of anyone who signed any have any running back signed for like long term.
Kamara, that's one that could work.
Kamara's
one that could work.
Kamara could work out.
The Saints needed to pay Kamara.
He's basically a receiver too. Zeke is. I mean, he can catch the ball out of the backfield, but nothing like Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, and the Saints needed to make that move because right now Kamara wasn't going to play if they didn't sign him, and they're so much better with him than they are without him.
He's a difference maker. He's an exception. Who else has signed a big deal?
Saquon. Has Saquon signed his deal yet or no?
I don't know, but Minnesota and Dalvin Cook. That looks like it's worked out so far.
Well, the Vikings look so good. Excuse me. When they actually feed Dalvin Cook the ball, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a completely different team. Like when they base, the meat and potatoes of their offense, like handing the ball off to Dalvin Cook. Like even against the Buccaneers for the first half, they're just feeding the rock and they look pretty good.
Fournette's another example of a huge contract not working out.
Yeah, man,
you don't sign running backs to big
King
deals.
Henry, that one's. I mean, like if you're the Titans, there you got to pay that man.
There's a couple exceptions, but. Derrick Henry and Alvin Kamara too, but other than that,
other than that, there's not too many popping up. Nick Chubb in Cleveland will be an interesting one because they already have Kareem Hunt as well.
He'll be Cleveland will.
Because I think Nick Chubb to me is a better running back than that guy ever was, and I think it's really close because I think Zeke was a beast in his prime, but I think Nick Chubb brings a little bit more, just a little bit more than Zeke. I think Nick Chubb is a beast, man. Holy shit! When I watch Nick Chubb, holy shit!
Cleveland's a different team.
I've always been impressed. I had him on my fantasy team in his rookie year, and I was watching. I was like, this dude's a beast, man. I knew he wasn't Jordan.
Sony Michel got picked before Nick Chubb.
Terrible.
Freaking
absolutely
Patriots.
Pathetic. But let's keep talking about this football team Niners game. Key takeaway here from this one: this football team, this defense that they have. It is elite. E-I-L-T-E. No other way to put it. It's an elite defense. Elite defense. I'm not even saying it over the defensive line anymore. I'm just saying it over the defensive unit as a whole. It is an elite defense, and it is a bad offense. It is a bad offense that you want no part of. You don't want this to be your team's offense. I really hope Alex Smith is able to play next week. That injury is concerning. If he's not able to play, that's a problem. All right? Because Dwayne Haskins Well, he does have potential, and he does have good measurables as a QB, and he has a good arm. He can make throws. Not nearly as smart as Alex Smith. Not nearly as ready to lead a team to a playoff appearance as Alex Smith. I feel a lot better about this team's playoff chances with Alex Smith at the helm. When you look at Alex Smith and what he's done, before he got hurt in 2018, this team was 11-4 with him at the helm over all of his starts. All right, and since he's got hurt, I think this team has went about. I saw a stat. It's been about 2.5 years since he got hurt. I think they've been 5-15. Okay, then he's came back, and they went 3-1 since he's came back. Okay, obviously, I'm not gonna sit here and say Alex Smith is this guy, this amazing quarterback that's just changing the football team and is the franchise guy, okay? But Alex Smith is a very respected guy in the locker room, and he is a smart player, and he can make throws, okay? And he knows how to manage a game and put guys in spots to succeed. So when you give him a defense that is this good, that is elite on the defensive side of the ball, and you tell him all you have to do to win games for us is take care of the ball, not turn it over, move the sticks, make a couple good throws, and be that locker room. He's someone that can do that. But when you put Dwayne Haskins in there, man, we were up 5 with about 3 minutes left. It was a 2nd and 8. Dwayne Haskins way overshoots somebody, man, over the hands, and it's an easy interception. And thank God the 49ers dropped it. Would have had it at the 30-yard line. Probably would have won and scored. Probably would have beat us. Probably would have lost the whole NFC East right there thanks to Dwayne Haskins. But thankfully he punted it, dropped the pass. We were able to punt it, give him bad field position. Of course, that defense held him 3-and-out for Nick Mullins. Just put a little pressure on him, stunt from either side. It's classic against Nick Mullins, man. Either Chase Young was back there, Montez Sweat was back there, or we were doing some stupid shit in the secondary that confused him. Ron Rivera had his way with Nick Mullins.
He sucks.
Yeah, but I was very impressed with. I've never really watched this guy play before. I've seen him play a little bit. I've seen his name on fantasy, but Brandon Ayuk. That's a name to remember. That's a name to know. If you don't know that name, it's a name to know. He's going to be in the league for a while. He's explosive. Yeah, him and Debo. Most people knew about Debo, but I don't think a lot of people knew about Ayuk. Man, he lit the football team on fire. He was the only one doing shit for this offense.
Yeah, an amazing hurdle against Philly.
Yeah, he was the only one doing shit against this football team. I think he had 10 receptions for 138.
It's pretty good.
I was impressed. I was impressed with him.
Nick Mullins,
though. First, this is what you have to understand about Nick Mullins as your quarterback, okay? Is he rattled easily by pressure? Yes. Can you win games with him?
No.
Yes. All right, can you win games with him? Not many.
49ers are 5-8 with Nick Mullins.
But can he deliver a pass when he gets a perfect pocket, gets no pressure? Can he deliver a beautiful pass?
Retarded.
Yes,
No.
he can deliver a beautiful pass. Yes, he can.
Okay,
That's
sure
what I
he
say
can.
with
He's
Nick
an NFL
Mullins.
quarterback.
Okay.
I hope every single.
But you see NFL quarterbacks.
They have a clean pocket. Here and there,
Okay.
I'm sure Nick Mullins can deliver a beautiful pass.
Yes.
But, dude, Nick Mullins,
And that's where he won me over, man. And that's where he won me on his train. Because
Jesus, Nick Mullins won you over.
No, I'm just saying that I earn respect. I still think he's an above average backup.
The only thing that makes him above average backup is the amount of experience.
He can throw the damn football.
No,
he can throw the damn
He
football.
sucks.
He can throw the football.
He sucks.
He just has no poise in the pocket, man, and he can't break a sack. He turns the ball over.
Yes.
Puts the ball in harm's way. Has too many slip ups.
You're saying he sucks. Okay, so you're saying.
All right, you always got to make this an argument about Nick Mullins, man. But I'm just saying, he's capable of putting the ball 30-yard quarter out on the money. He's capable.
Oh my.
He's capable.
Yeah, maybe with a clean pocket and no pressure, but you get a little bit of pressure on Nick Mullins, and what's he going to do? He's probably going to throw an interception or something. He sucks. Quit bending Nick Mullins because he is no good.
We can talk about Nick Mullins all day.
He's bringing San Francisco down, man. San Francisco Super Bowl. Super Bowl
the injuries have been bringing San Francisco down.
And because Nick Mullins was playing quarterback.
Yeah, I've been waiting for Jimmy G to come back. I think this team might have been able to do something in the NFC this year. Probably be at 6-7 if he came back, but it's a lost cause now.
Yep.
I saw George Kittle. George Kittle probably isn't going to come back now too.
Yeah,
which is crazy because I saw him whenever he got hurt like 7 weeks ago. He was like, "Yeah, I'll be back in 3 weeks." You know, it said he was out for 7 or 8 weeks. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll be back in 3." I wonder if their team, if just they were kind of like telling him, you know, don't rush it, man. There's nothing to rush back here for this year. Just take it a year, and next year will be our year. We'll be healthy.
I don't know if San Francisco can roll with Jimmy G though. I don't know what I think about Jimmy G, honestly.
Yeah, I think Jimmy G's good enough for San Francisco for what usually they put around him. I think they'll be a playoff team and, you know, have a chance to win playoff games with him.
Yeah, he can. I mean, he's proven he can.
Yeah.
But still, I think the 49ers want to take
I don't know. He's not a difference maker at that position.
No. If San Francisco had the game-changing quarterback last year, and Jimmy Garoppolo's not that, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is he's an average starting quarterback in the league today. I mean, he'll get a job somewhere if it's not in San Francisco. But I don't know. If I'm San Francisco, I'm thinking about maybe drafting a quarterback this year.
Yeah.
They lose, especially if they lose their next 3 games and they're like 5-11, and they have a good draft pick. I mean, it's definitely going to be something to think about for him. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, he's on a big deal with San Francisco.
Yeah, pretty big. I think until 2022, 2023.
Yeah, but
that's what I saw.
If you're San Francisco, I mean, me personally, I think especially if you have a high draft pick and there's a quarterback available, it's something you need to think about. Because who knows? I mean, I really feel like if San Francisco had a good quarterback, this team would be real, especially healthy, so good. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's average. He's not bad, but he's not good either. He's right in the middle. Just
imagine this for a second. You know, take like your perspective goggles off. Whatever you're wearing. Aaron Rodgers is a San Francisco 49ers quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is the San Francisco 49ers quarterback. You wake up and he's their quarterback.
Screw you, Chiefs. San Francisco. They're taking you over.
Yeah. How crazy would that be? Because, man, that team it's just crazy to think about things like that sometimes.
Green Bay is. Pissed me off. How are you not going to draft a receiver for your quarterback? How are you going to draft a quarterback?
Moving on from that game. You've been on that game for a while. Like I said, we got a lot of games. We've only talked about 3 games, but man, these games are so good this Sunday that we got a lot to talk about. Let's go Chargers and Panthers. 2017, or not Chargers and Panthers, Chargers and Falcons. 2017 Chargers. This was the most classic Chargers-Falcons game I've ever seen. You know, if someone ever told me you were going to get a Chargers-Falcons game, and they said, guess how you think it's going to go, I'd probably say, you know, I think it'd probably be a back-and-forth game, pretty strange, but there might be 3 interceptions in the last 5 minutes of the game, you know. What did we have? We had 3 interceptions in the last 5 minutes of the game. Incredible. Matt Ryan goes and throws the interception with 5 minutes left. Justin Herbert goes. Him and Anthony Lynn are like, hey, guys, let's go get this done. 3:30 left on the clock. It's like Herbert's finally going to avenge himself here, get himself a big win in clutch time. He throws a pick. So then here come the Falcons, you know. Oh, hey, you finally didn't choke it with that pick, you know. Herbert just threw a pick. We're going to go get a field goal range, get ourselves a win in crunch time like the Falcons never do. What do they go do? Throw another damn pick. Herbert comes down, leads them to field goal range. They get a field goal. Falcons win. It's about exactly how you thought a game between the Chargers and the Falcons would go. 3 interceptions within the last 4 minutes of the game is crazy. But I don't put it past these 2 teams, man. These 2 teams are choke artists. And when you get these 2 teams that play each other, man, just crazy shit. Fireworks like this are expected to happen. You know?
Yeah, and these 2 teams are they're bottom of the barrel. At least the Chargers have some future with Herbert, and they have something to look forward to. The Falcons, though, I don't know where they're going to go. They need to, get rid of Matt Ryan, get rid of Julio Jones. He can't stay healthy anyway. So, those 2. I think it's going to be an end of an era for Atlanta here coming soon. They're not.
It's going to be interesting to see what that new era will look like if that's what they decide to do.
That's what
Think that's where it's headed? Where do you think it's headed there? This offseason or next offseason?
This offseason.
This offseason, you think?
Yes. I think they get rid of Matt Ryan. I don't know about Julio Jones. I don't know what they'll do with him, but I mean, those two have been the cornerstone of that franchise for years.
Ever since the Atlanta Falcons, you think of those two?
Yeah, but I think it's time to move on from those two. It's obviously, I'm not saying it's not working, but it's not working. So they need to move on from that and start fresh because get a new coach in there.
Yeah, get something going. They should go another direction. Just another direction.
Definitely.
I don't disagree with that. I think
most people would agree with that statement.
Yeah, this Falcons have been around for a while, man. It's going to be weird seeing the Falcons with anything else because it's one of those things, again, since I've been alive, the Falcons have been led by Matt Ryan, man. Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, which is pretty crazy. Franchises don't seem that sustained in the NFL for that long. Falcons have done it, and it's probably coming to an end here.
Matty Ice.
Matty Ice, baby.
Matty Ice on the 49ers.
Yep. All right, but moving on, let's talk Eagles Saints. Eagles beat the Saints 24-21. Man, Preston, I'll let you talk about this one get into it first. But man, what a performance by Jalen Hurts! What a performance by these Eagles! What a win!
What can you say? I was shocked, but I'm happy. I'm happy the Eagles finally gave me something to look forward to watching. Jalen Hurts gave the team a big spark, I think. With Carson Wentz, I don't think they win that game, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't. The Eagles had 2 100-yard rushers. That was the first time the Saints have given up a 100-yard rusher.
Really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that was a stat. That was a stat I brought up here on the podcast.
And they had 2 of them in Hurts and Sanders.
That's crazy. They had 2 of them.
Yeah, but the defense looked really good too. Taysom Hill wasn't able to do much.
No, I think this is the game where we found out, at least to me, I know you probably didn't think this. You were never too high on him, but I found out that he's probably not that guy. He's probably not that guy that can lead them to a Super Bowl.
No.
Probably not that guy you want being your quarterback for the future.
Jameis Winston is more capable. Like something weird happened to Drew Brees, I would rather have Jameis Winston be playing than Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. I would love to see Jameis Winston playing Nola.
Taysom Hill can throw it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he's not but if he is starting quarterback, it's probably he's definitely bottom of the barrel, like throwing wise, being able to throw football. But what he can do with his legs is, it's a big advantage when he can do that. But he's definitely, I'd be shocked. He thinks, of course he believes he is a NFL, he's a franchise quarterback. But personally, I don't personally think he's a franchise quarterback. I just maybe with Sean Payton, but if he were to go to another team.
It'd be hard to see just Taysom Hill as your guy. Putting my faith in Taysom Hill to lead my franchise to the Lombardi Trophy.
As to be a backup quarterback in whatever he plays.
Sean Payton loves
he does. I'm sure he does everything for him. Yeah. He's starting quarterback this week. He'll probably be playing on kickoff next week. So I think Breeze.
I'd love to have a guy like Taysom Hill on my team.
Yeah, he's Mr. Do It All.
Yep.
But starting quarterback in the league, no. But this
how about that onside kick from the Saints? How the hell did they not get that onside kick?
I don't know.
They got that. The ball bounced. It was kind of one of those. It was the same thing that happened a couple weeks ago when everyone gave that one team shit. It was kind of a shorter kick. It wasn't going the full 10 yards, but they went up and touched it. The ball was out there. It was grabs for anyone. Anyone could have got it. It seemed like the Saints had about 4 guys there that could have just reached out and got on it. If they would have got on it, but Eagles got on it. They got that football and they got themselves the win. But that would have been crazy if they would have got on that. That would have been crazy if they got on that. There's a lot of people that put favorites parlays out there. It was a big week for that type of stuff, or teasers or stuff like that, where you put like all the favorites to win. There's about 6 or 7 teams. All the favorites won besides the Saints, so a lot of people were mad about that. Saints couldn't pull it off for them. I'm sure that's not where they thought this loss would be coming from.
Yeah, probably
this game
not.
Right here.
Probably not. But
it was probably low on the radar. But the Eagles got it done, man. The Eagles got it done. Hey, if they can't be done just a half game with 2 weeks left, hell. I said if they can be back just a game, only a half game with 2 weeks left, hell, they could get in.
If Washington win or loses this week and Philadelphia wins,
that's what you're saying. If you can get it down to half a game going into next week, you're there. You're there.
Yeah. If everything goes to plan this week, I think Philadelphia is going to come down to Philadelphia and Washington at the end of the year, last game of the year for the division.
Woo! baby.
It'll be in Philly
baby.
too.
Damn,
good luck.
Oh.
Good luck, Washington. Fucking. I mean, when it comes to this part of the year, I mean, certain teams start to play better.
Yeah.
And certain teams have that experience. I mean,
yeah, see, all the things, that's what I love about you, Preston. All it takes is one game to get you back on the train, man. All it takes is one game to get you back on the believer train.
And switching quarterbacks.
Yeah, switching quarterbacks. That's all it takes.
Switching quarterbacks was a big deal. But, of course, we beat probably, the top 3 teams.
You guys aren't beating the football team, man.
Oh, we'll beat the football team when it comes down to it. I hope it comes down to it because...
That'll be a great game to watch. We got to watch that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, moving forward, we got the Packers and the Lions. The Packers beat the Lions 31-24. The biggest takeaways from this game probably aren't even from the game itself, but it's probably just from the Packers, their firm of reference in the season and where Aaron Rodgers stands right now. After this win, the Packers are the 1 seed, okay? So with that 1 seed, this is so crucial for the Packers because it also means, obviously, you get that first-round bye. All you have to do to win the Super Bowl, or to make the Super Bowl as Aaron Rodgers, is win 2 games at Lambeau Field. That's all you have to do. If you want to make the Super Bowl, that's all you got to do. You got to win 2 games at Lambeau Field.
And home field advantage really isn't a thing this year without the fans, but in Lambeau.
Oh, for Lambeau,
it's 10 degrees outside.
It's really hard to beat Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau.
If New Orleans had to go to Green Bay.
But just think about this for the Packers coming from. Man, this is an opportunity for Aaron Rodgers that I feel like he hasn't had in a long time since that time he did make the Super Bowl. I think that's back in about 15.
I didn't really know what to think about Green Bay right here,
but man, now they're setting up that 1 seed. If they can get, they'll probably play. I think the Saints and the Rams will both probably win in the first week. I think they'll both beat their opponents, and that would leave them with the winner of the Washington and the Seahawks game, which or the NFC East and the Seahawks game, which I like the chances to win that one. The Seahawks are going to be a crazy game if they play the Seahawks.
I like Green Bay.
It's just like, say, if all you have to do to make the Super Bowl is beat the Seahawks and beat the Seahawks in Lambeau and then beat the Saints in Lambeau, I like your chances. I like your chances to make it, you know? That's definitely something that Rodgers and this Green Bay team can do. I still really wish they would have put more receivers around him or a better defense around him or something. But
Aaron Rodgers is great.
They can get it done because Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. He's a bad man. He can get it done. I would love to see that Mahomes-Rodgers Super Bowl. Love to see it.
I would too.
But just coming from this game, Aaron Rodgers is definitely the favorite for the MVP now. That's what I said. I think he hasn't walked away with it for Patrick Mahomes. It's still neck and neck. Mahomes has the edge in passing yards, but Rodgers has it in quarterback rating. He has it in touchdowns. He has it in interceptions. He's doing it with less.
Give to Rodgers.
He's doing it with less. I think this year it's definitely, Mahomes is going to have his years to win the MVP, but I think right now Rodgers is definitely in the lead, and I think barring not a great performance from Rodgers over these next 3 weeks and Mahomes just setting the world on fire, I think it should be Aaron Rodgers MVP. I think it should be his MVP.
I need 2 great performances by Rodgers, 2. The next 2 weeks, I need them both.
Need them both? I'm sure he'll give him 2. It is huge for his MVP candidacy. We'll see if he can get it done. I believe in him, But it was a big win over the Lions this week, 31-24. If they can win out, they'll get that 1 seed. Let's see who they got on the rest of their schedule. Definitely got to see who they got on the rest of their schedule. They got versus the Panthers, versus the Titans, at the Bears. That's a runnable table right there. That's a runnable table. That's not an overly runnable.
Toughest one's going to be Tennessee.
Yeah, toughest one's going to be Tennessee. Tennessee's going to be playing for that division lead. They're still tied with the Colts, so they're going to be playing for that division lead. Yeah. I mean, no doubt they can get it done. No doubt that's a game they'll win. That's a game they'll be favored to win. That's a game I'll be excited to watch.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, no, definitely be a good one. Moving forward, we'll go Seahawks, Jets, 40-3. I thought I was a fool. I thought this game was going to cover the spread. Hell no. Seahawks just put it on them. Jets looked awful. The Jets looked like the awful team that they are, and that they've shown that they are over the course of the year.
17.5-point underdogs here. If you're going to take it.
Sheesh.
Against the Rams.
Yeah.
You think they'll lose by
How big of underdogs are they against Rams? 17.5.
Yeah.
Damn, that's when you know your ass, when you're 17.5 point dogs in the NFL.
Yeah.
You don't see that very often, man. You don't see 17.5 very often.
No,
And I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it after this week. I can see the Rams beating their ass like a drum, and I can also see the Rams coming out and playing with them.
Just if the Rams play good, they'll kill them.
Because the Rams, man, the Rams are like the team, like the streakiest team ever. Like usually you'll know by the end of the first quarter what type of Rams is there to play. But I mean, sometimes they just look upbeat. They look energized, man. They look ready to go, like this team that can win the Super Bowl. And sometimes they'll come out and Jared Goff and the offense will look. It's not very explosive. They look pretty lackluster, lacking some purpose, and then the defense will still look good. But I mean, sometimes they look different. Sometimes they come out and they're like, "Oh, this is a team that can compete for the Super Bowl."
Yeah, they have a good. I mean, I think they can compete for a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I mean, when you get the Seahawks Jets, I mean, the Jets just couldn't move the ball. Won a good game for Sam Darnold. I kind of predicted a little bit of a bounce back performance here and getting into a rhythm. That's the quote I used. He did not get into a rhythm. No rhythm at all. The Seahawks defense, it hasn't been looking better. So it'll be, I mean, this is another team. When you got Russell Wilson, when you got Danger Russ on your team going into the playoffs, you always got a chance to win. You always got a chance to win that playoff game. This is definitely a team that has a chance in a wide open NFC. They get hot, they can make the Super Bowl. Their defense has been getting better, and they have to keep on getting better, and they have to be playing at a high level by the time the playoffs start, because this isn't a team you can't ask Russ to go do it by himself. They need help on both sides of the ball. They need this defense to continue to be serviceable, to have a chance in the playoffs. But, okay, we got a big one here now. We got the Colts 44, Raiders 27. This is a game that I had a lot of eyes on going into Sunday. This is a big-time game in terms of playoff implications, playoff races.
Raiders.
There's a big one for the Raiders. The Raiders haven't been playing good football as of recently and had to have this win to kind of stay in the race. And they did not show up to play. This defense for the Raiders, man, this defense sucks. This defense sucks. And that's the downfall of the Raiders. I think their offense was definitely good enough to make the playoffs this year. I think John Gruden was doing a good job, but their defense, man, just blows. The defense blows.
Yeah, their rush defense is atrocious.
Yeah.
So is their pass defense.
Their defense just blows, man. Their defense blows. It's not a playoff. It's not a defense good enough to make the playoffs. That's what it boils down to. The Colts put 44. Phillip Rivers, Michael Pittman's been coming alive.
And the Colts put 44.
Yeah, dropping 44 on them. Jonathan Taylor ran all over.
Hell yeah.
Jonathan Taylor's been getting some work now, man. I know this guy's got him on his fantasy team. If we end up with a Preston and Gabe fantasy title, I'm gonna slit my wrists.
You guys all just suck. Suck compared to me and Gabe in fantasy if that happens. Especially if I win.
That's why this guy better lose, man. This guy better lose.
I can't wait till you give me that grand. I'm just gonna say thank you for your $100. I'm gonna text everyone individually. Thank you for your $100. Thank you for your $100. Thank you for your $100.
Thank you for paying me yearly with this, because I mean, every year it happens. Why is my team's peaking? My team is peaking. I think it's gonna be me and Coach Turk though. I like me versus
you and Coach Turk getting it. I think
me versus the rookie.
Yeah, you versus the rookie.
I'm gonna dominate the rookie. I tell him. All right.
This is how it's done here. This is how it's done here.
Maybe next year, but I'm the big dog.
Yeah.
I'm champ.
I'm the
3
big dog.
times. No, I'm the big dog. I'm winning again.
Man, but also Phillip Rivers, he's starting to really get a bond with T.Y. Hilton. He hasn't done much all year. They haven't had much of a connection, but he's really started to pick it up these last couple of games. Really been starting to go to T.Y. He's starting to look like himself. T.Y. Hilton, I think he had over 100 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns last game. That's back-to-back really good performances for him. So he's rounding into form. It's good to see Phillip Rivers start to use him because he is a good weapon. When you have him and now you have Michael Pittman emerging in this Indianapolis offense. You have Jonathan Taylor starting to look like himself running the ball. This is a group that looks pretty good on the offensive end. A group that can put points on the board, that can counter what the defense is doing and go score. This Colts team is going to be interesting to see who they draw in the playoffs, because this is a team that can definitely beat somebody. if they do win the division, I like their chances to win the opening game.
I don't think their defense is as good as it's made out to be.
Yeah, I mean their defense, and we haven't put too much stock into it the last couple of weeks too, because it hasn't been as good the last couple of weeks. We've been fading a little bit.
Yeah,
but
I think it was better early.
44-27, Colts stay in the race at 9-4 in the AFC South playoff race, neck and neck with the Titans right now. They're looking pretty good to make the playoffs. That division's coming down to it these next 3 weeks. This next week's going to be huge for the AFC South.
Yeah, really.
Both teams, this next week's going to be huge. But moving on, we got Titans 31, Jaguars 10. Not too much to touch on here. Me and Preston both like the Titans in this game to cover and blow them out. And that's exactly what they did. Derrick Henry 8. I think he had over 150 yards and 2 tutties. Big day for King Henry. Big day for A.J. Brown. Big day for just Titans in general. They're the much better team. Titans are a playoff team. We know this by now. You know that they have the potential to make noise during the months of January and February, like they did last year when they made the AFC Championship game. This is a team that when you see their name on the playoffs, you know you gotta be a little bit scared and you gotta come ready to play. You gotta come ready to play. This team's gonna beat you, and this team might mess around and make the AFC Championship game again if no one comes up to challenge them to beat them. Them and the Bills. I want to see them and the Bills in the AFC semifinals. 2-3 matchup. That's a matchup I want to see. Titans and Bills. I know the Steelers are probably going to be in that 2-3 matchup as well. So Titans might get the Chiefs in the second round. Who knows? But just whenever you get the Chiefs, if you're an AFC team, it's probably you're going to have to beat the Chiefs at some point. So it doesn't really matter when you play them.
Yeah.
At least in my eyes. I feel like you're going to have to go through the Chiefs if you want to go to the Super Bowl. The road goes through the Chiefs, so you have to beat them.
Maybe you could get lucky.
Maybe you could get lucky someone else beats them and you get that draw in AFC Championship game. Like, what if you got like a Titans-Bills AFC Championship game? That'd be crazy. You get a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Titans and Bills.
Jeez. Yeah. I know that's the teams we got in the AFC now, man.
Those are the good teams nowadays.
Yep, those are the teams nowadays. But
Chiefs, Titans, Bills.
Yeah. But moving forward, we got Broncos, Panthers. The Broncos beat the Panthers 32-27. Not too much to talk about this game. Drew Lock, the ice in his veins. He showed him in the fourth quarter once again. He has ice in his veins when it comes to late in the game, man. He's a clutch dude. Drew Lock is a clutch dude. He's proved it over and over again. This was a game I thought the Panthers were going to win. I thought they were going to pull it out late. They got the ball with about 3 minutes left. Teddy B couldn't put a drive together to win it. I was disappointed. I thought the Panthers were going to win this game. I was big on the Panthers Sunday. I thought they were going to beat the Broncos. They just couldn't get it done. It is a battle between two pretty bad teams. No playoff implications. Bottom of the barrel, as Preston likes to say, bottom of the barrel right here.
These two teams
these two teams are exactly what you classify as bottom of the barrel.
Freaking Denver. This was like who cares about this game, honestly?
Yeah. But the Broncos got it done, 32-27. The Broncos got it done.
Drew Lock, 4 touchdown passes.
Yeah, Drew Lock, man, dropping dimes. Drew dimes, baby. But
Drew Lock,
franchise quarterback.
No, he's not.
The next game we got, it's going to be Buccaneers and Vikings, 26-14 Buccaneers. Man, this was a game. It was a huge game for both teams. This was one of the bigger games of Sunday. Both teams needed this win. The Bucs really needed this one to stay up in the playoff race, and the Vikings needed this one. They actually had the 7th spot going into the day. They needed to put a stronghold on it and maybe even move up in the rankings. They would have passed the Buccaneers if they could have won this game. But the Buccaneers pulled it out. It wasn't too much of a resounding confidence performance after that bye week that the Bucs had. It wasn't necessarily that they came out and was like, oh, the Buccaneers look good again. This is the team we all thought they were going to be. It's kind of they came out and they looked pretty underwhelming, and they took care of the Vikings. The Vikings neither of these teams looked too impressive in this game.
If the Vikings didn't cut Dan Bailey last week.
Dan Bailey. Holy shit, Dan Bailey. He was really bad.
He sucked last week too. That's what I was asking. They cut
3 field goals, 2 extra points,
and then they probably cost him the game.
Yeah, man, probably did. costing the game, honestly. Just so when you miss those points, you really need those points.
He's got to be cut now. I was listening to the Vikings announcers when he was missing kicks. It was funny. They're like, "Oh my God, he missed another. Oh, he's done. He's done mentally." It's like, but like I think that to a certain point with kickers, the mental game. I think Dan Bailey is the mental game right there is not there. So I think after he gets cut from Minnesota, I think his career will probably be done. But respect to Dan Bailey, he was a really good kicker at one time, but time gets the best of all of us. So respect to Dan Bailey. You had a hell of a career, but I think it's time to hang up the cleats, man.
Think so?
Yes.
You gotta stay hydrated with the water. But yeah, I think Dan Bailey. Yeah, you think he's gonna be done after he gets released?
Who else would want to
I don't know who else would give him a job after this.
I wouldn't.
Maybe.
I think he's done. But hell of a career, man.
Hell of a career.
You're good for a time.
Oh yeah, he's definitely good for a time.
Yeah.
But how are you gonna feel about this Buccaneers team in the playoffs?
Whatever. I don't think they'll do anything.
Yeah.
They haven't shown any all year that they've been.
I mean, they're probably gonna be at the 6th seed. Probably gonna play at the Rams or the Saints.
Yeah. I don't think they're better than the Rams or the Saints.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Brady could go get one done against those teams, but we'll see.
Maybe. It's not the same Tech Bay compared to him in New England.
Yeah, I would agree. But I mean, he's got so many weapons around him, man. Like, damn.
Yeah, but I just don't think Tampa Bay's that good.
Yeah. And they haven't looked the part recently, of course. It'll be interesting to see who they draw in the playoffs now. Man, it's just a team that, it's so interesting because they had such high expectations going into the season. It's a team that I would be very interested to see in their playoff games, see what they can do. Moving on, we got the Cardinals and the Giants. I know Preston was banging on this drum hard going into the week. The Giants are getting too much love from America, but they weren't all that. The Cardinals came out here and gave it to them, man. 26-7. It was a nice beat. It was a humbling. It was a get-right game for Arizona. Yeah, what do you see from this game?
The New York isn't very good, I know they won 4 straight games, but I still think they're a little bit away from.
Yeah.
But Arizona finally, I didn't get the chance to watch a whole bunch of this game, but looks like Arizona finally put a game together. Finally, after their last couple weeks, didn't look good at all. I mean, this is a good win though. I mean, New York has looked better recently.
Oh yeah.
Beating them by 3 touchdowns. I don't know. Daniel Jones, that hammy, can't run. It's kind of important for him. So I don't know if Daniel Jones. That hammy's giving him fits. They might want to think about going back to Colt McCoy. They might
go back to Colt McCoy. They really might go back to Colt McCoy for this next week. That'd be a huge one, man. If they go Colt McCoy revenge game versus the Browns on Sunday night, that would be something to watch. That would be something very interesting to watch, man.
What is that, the Sunday night game? The Browns and the Giants.
Dude, Colt McCoy revenge game Sunday night. Imagine that one, man.
There's a better game on the schedule than that. I know there is.
I'm ready for that game. I'm actually pumped for that one.
If Colt plays, it'll be good, but if Daniel Jones is in there, it's like, ugh.
Revenge game, baby. I can't believe. I remember when Cole was starting his career with the Browns. I was a Browns fan. Came full circle, man. Came full circle. Now he's on the Giants.
I don't know.
But the Cardinals got it done. It's a big win for the Cardinals. They kind of locked up that 7th spot in the NFC right now. They need to get that back. They need to clean out their schedule and win their next 3 games if they really want to solidify their spot in the playoffs. 9-7 will probably get it done, but it's not guaranteed. I'll check who they have on their schedule coming up. Let's see who the Cardinals got coming up. They got at the Falcons, at the Lions versus the Falcons coming up. So man, those are 3 games that you should go out and win. If you're a playoff team, you go out and you win those 3 games, or at least 2 of them to get you in the playoffs. You go out and win at least at a minimum of 2 of those games. If you're really all about the business, you win 3. But that schedule, the Cardinals should be able to take care of, But moving on, we got the Chiefs 33, Dolphins 27. This game was a strange game. The Dolphins started the game up 10-0. The Chiefs came back and they took a 27-10 lead, scoring 27 unanswered. Actually 30-10, scoring 30 unanswered points and taking the 30-10 lead after they trailed by 10-0. But then the Dolphins put together kind of another comeback late in the game and ended up losing 33-27.
Spread though.
Yeah, they did. They covered the spread. Yeah, they definitely covered the spread. Brutal. It's a brutal cover for all those Chiefs bettors out there.
I had so many Chiefs game, freaking Ravens game.
Yeah.
Well, I had money on that too, and
that's crazy. Yeah, the Ravens game. That's the craziest cover I've seen in a while.
And then you
get that safety to cover the spread last play of the game.
I live bet the Warriors come back against the Kings and freaking Kyle Guy nails a 3 to win the game.
Kyle Guy,
$60 too for $10.
Kyle Guy.
Kyle Guy nails the 3.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Banged a 3, beat them for the win. They were down 2 too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Kyle Guy banged it.
Yeah,
but we had one of the tougher covers of the week here in this game. Last play of the game, or not in this game actually, but on the Ravens game, touchback or safety through the back of the end zone and the Ravens cover. Ravens beat the Browns by 5. The line was 4.5. That was a brutal one. That was a brutal one for anyone who betted on that game. I apologize.
That was brutal.
But yeah, the Chiefs got it done here. The Dolphins got the cover. Tua came back. He put together good drives at the end, but he wasn't enough to keep up with Mahomes early. And when Mahomes came and this Chiefs team really started to play, I think the scoreboard was a little deceiving. I think the Chiefs were the much better team. More than 6 points. They controlled this game. Mahomes had 3 picks. The Chiefs' offense had 4 turnovers. That's the most they've had in a long time.
Miami's retarded for starting Tua right now. They're so stupid. Why are you starting Tua? Why are you not giving Fitzpatrick? At this point of his career, I mean, he's the better quarterback right now.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I mean, he can just Tua. I didn't really got to watch Tua honestly, but I mean I've seen the numbers. He said Brian Flores says Tua gives him the best chance to win.
He's very accurate. Tua is very accurate. I'll give him that.
But the thing, what I also don't understand, when I just don't get it. When they were down by, forgot how much they were down by against Denver. They're like, Brian Flores was like, well, at that point, I just thought Fitzpatrick gave us a better chance to win. And you also brought up a good point when I was talking about that. You said Fitzpatrick likes to push it down the field a lot more.
People think just put up more points on the boards fast.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think the goal for your offense is to put points, and I think Fitzpatrick does a better job than that.
No, I'm starting to come around there too. I kind of think that this team should just start Fitzmagic instead of Tua.
Well, I just think,
for this playoff push down the stretch, these final 3 weeks trying to make the playoffs, I think Fitzpatrick does give them the best chance to win.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. I think Tua probably will in the next couple of years, obviously, but I think right now, I think Fitzpatrick is the man that gives him the better chance to win. I think we got this type of team with this type of defense and this type of special teams and just that's ready to compete right now. I think it's kind of doing a disservice to not play Ryan Fitzpatrick out there and give your team the best chance to win. I think it's kind of a disservice to the guys on your team right now.
Yeah.
But, it's whatever. It's whatever. Brian Flores, that's what he thinks is. Tua's a good QB. He gives him a chance to win.
But, it also could, just maybe even next year, maybe. I mean, he's getting a full year under his belt. Valuable experience. He hasn't looked terrible, but he hasn't looked great either. Mm-hmm. But what do you expect out of the rookie? But yeah, I think next year. Brian Flores knows more than I do, so it could benefit him a lot next year.
Yeah.
Too, having these games under his belt and having that experience. Miami's, I think they're gonna take that next step next year.
You think so?
Personally.
Them and the Bills are going to be a great race in the AFC South or AFC East for a while.
It's going to be Patriots. They're in the same division too.
Bills and the Dolphins, man. It's a new age in the AFC East. Crazy. Yeah. The Patriots no longer run it. It's crazy to say because they've always ran that shit, man.
Yeah, they have.
They've always ran that shit.
They always had Tom Brady.
Just ran that shit. It didn't even.
And all the other teams have always
it didn't even matter. Like you just
they were in
knew
like the worst division. Like, those 3 teams are notoriously bad, like always. But the 2 teams.
Patriots just always dominate that league. You just always do. They're gonna win it. Moving on, that's a big one for the Chiefs. They also got the 1 seed in the AFC right now. Currently holding that over the Steelers, and I don't think they're going to give that up anytime soon. I think the AFC is going to run through Arrowhead. It's going to run through Kansas City. If you want to make the Super Bowl, you're going to have to beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, and you get 2 chances to do so. It's going to be pretty hard to do it. I really like this team to go back to the Super Bowl this year. We'll see, though. We'll see. Maybe the Bills can get them. Maybe the Bills can get them. Maybe the Titans can get them. We will see. But moving on, we got the Cowboys 30, the Bengals 7. This is a game that no one really gives a shit about. No one really gives an ass hats about. But
are we just covering the NFL today?
Huh?
Are we just covering the NFL today?
No, I had some NBA and some college basketball. Well, you have some college basketball picks, you want?
No. I gotta take a test today, and I got my Spanish file tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, what do you say? 10?
Yeah, I was like, somewhere around the 10.
All right, let's get up. We got about 2 more games, and we'll get money makers, and we'll get some basketball.
All right, I just these finals, dude.
Yeah,
like
these finals, man. The finals will get you. Finals will get you. Finals will get you.
2 borderline grades. I got to get on these. Freaking! And I was literally yesterday taking notes, like
really.
Yeah, like literally from the time I woke up to like.
That's crazy.
How
much classes you got?
Like left? Like how many finals I gotta take left? I have 2 finals left.
2 finals left.
Yeah.
But we got Cowboys Bengals. Not too much to touch on this game.
And two shitters. So.
Yeah, 2 shitters. The Cowboys took care of them. Andy Dalton revenge game. He played well. That was good to see.
Yeah. I like the Cowboys line.
Jeff Driscoll and Brandon Allen. Very terrible duo. Brandon Allen is definitely the better end of the duo. It's like a hot chick and an ugly chick. Brandon Allen's a better one.
Really?
Yeah, Brandon Allen's better.
It's like a 5 and a 7. It's
honestly,
that. It's not an 8 and a 10. It's not like a Foles Wentz. It's not an 8 and a 10. But it's like a 5 and a 7 now.
Gosh, 5 and 7 is pretty generous to me. Yeah,
like
Brandon Allen and Jeff Driscoll.
Yeah,
5 and 7 is pretty generous.
We're talking like a 3 and a 5.
3 and a
actually.
5. That's what I'm calling that.
Yeah.
I'm calling that dude a 3 and a 5.
3 and a 5.
Andy Dalton's a solid 7, and he'll get it done any day over that duo. He got it done for Dallas, 30-7. The Red Rifle, baby.
Andy Dalton's like a 6 and a half.
7. He's a solid
like a 6 and maybe a 6.
Moving forward, we got the Bears 30, the Texans 7. Man, what a weird game here. What an unexpected game, at least for me. I thought the Texans are going to come out, be the better football team, be really ready to play.
Suck.
But the Texans suck.
Yeah.
And their defense got shredded by Mitchell Trubisky. In the first half, got absolutely annihilated. Mitchell Trubisky was just
Mitchell Trubisky has a
right
better
down.
record than Deshaun Watson does in his starts. Deshaun Watson's I know I've talked to him. He's really, 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 really good, but man, that 26-22 record over his
Do you put any of that on him though?
Yeah.
I don't. I really don't. I think he's done a pretty good job with this situation in Houston. I feel like he hasn't got good teams put around him the whole time he's been there. Like he just got put.
This is definitely the worst situation he'll be in.
And right now the situation is horrendous.
Yeah. This is the worst situation he'll be in. I saw. I think it was Jordan Palmer. He was like, he was just talking about how he thinks Deshaun Watson will win a Super Bowl in Houston eventually. He was just talking about like this is as bad as it's gonna get for Houston. Like this is the worst situation possible for Deshaun.
Who said that?
Jordan Palmer. He was just talking about like this is as bad as it's gonna get. Like it's only up from here. But I don't know. I think the Texans right now it's gonna take them a while for them to get to that point. I think because they just have so many holes they need to fill. Their defense, their whole defense, their defensive line, their linebackers, their secondary. It's all bad.
Their defense is trash.
Offensive line isn't good. They have no run game. The receivers are. I don't know.
It's just Watson against the world, honestly.
It really is.
That's what it is.
The Texans, I just think that they just have and they don't have any first rounders this year.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a while before Houston is like competing for.
Sucks, man. I really hope they don't just waste Deshaun Watson's prime.
Well, Deshaun Watson's a freaking I respect him like
shown the loyalty to Houston and stuff, but like they have done him zero favors. And I just think like him signing that deal last year, like being stuck in Houston for however many years the deal was worth. I think it's like 5 years or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if Houston like fixes all their issues in like 5 years. They have like so many.
I feel like, yeah.
It's like they
have more than a year's worth of issues.
They don't have a coach. They don't have any draft picks.
Yeah.
They don't have any defensive players. They don't have an offensive line. They don't have a run game.
Yeah, it's gonna take more than a year to fix all that shit.
Yeah, it's gonna take multiple years for Houston to get that turned around. But yeah, I don't know what their cap situation looks like either. I mean, Houston just looks like they could be in the shitter for a while. Literally the only positive thing going on in Houston right now is Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's all negative, all of it.
Yep.
Bill O'Brien ruined.
Bill O'Brien ruined that shit, man. Damn, he just went in and he's just like had two knives, just killed the franchise.
He did.
Stab in the heart.
He put them back a couple years, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Terrible.
He's awful.
So when you get a GM like that, the guy just doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, and coach. Both.
And both of them, man. When you give that guy the reins to this team, man.
Shit, dude. He's interesting.
Someone, hey, one of you franchises out there, give me the reins to your team. You know, give me the Bill O'Brien treatment.
Yeah.
Give me your GM job. Give me your head coach job. See what happens. See what happens. You'll be pleased.
Yeah,
You'll be pleased.
I have a good resume.
We have our sports podcast there.
Philadelphia Eagles. If you're looking for I know you might be looking for a GM.
I've rebuilt so many teams on 2K.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
You don't even know. I got it now. But last game of the week that we're going to cover, it's going to be the Thursday night game. We got Rams-Patriots. Rams 24, Patriots 3. It's almost a full week ago. Actually, it was a full week ago. So it's kind of pretty weird talking about this one right now after that episode Corrupted. But Preston, what were your takeaways from this game? From this game, I just thought, the Rams were definitely the better football team. It was no contest. Rams are 21. Rams Patriots, Rams beating 24-3. They're definitely the better football team. They moved the ball much easier. It was almost impossible for the Patriots to move the ball on this defense.
Can't lose it, man.
The Rams are just a much better team. That's what it really boiled down to me.
I don't.
The game was never really close.
Yeah, the only thing New England's got going for them is their coaching staff.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, but yeah, LA was definitely the better team. They proved that on Thursday. So, New England. I don't know. They can't. Yeah, they couldn't move the ball against the Rams defense. Cam Newton, another shitty performance. I'll be shocked if he has a starting job next year. But
they just bring him back.
Yeah, but the Rams, I think they're definitely Super Bowl contenders. I think they can. I think they could host the Lombardi.
No, I think they could too.
The only thing holding them back is Jared Goff. So.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get it done. But let's get into our money makers for this week. We haven't got into that yet. Gonna do it kind of quick. My money makers this week, I went 1-4. Pretty terrible week. 6-4 going into the week. So I knew I should have took the Titans pick. That was one of the picks that I didn't take. I didn't want to have the same picks.
Man, I should have been 4-1.
But so we're coming in now after 6-4. We're gonna come in 7-8. 7-8. After a 1-4 week.
I'll be
8-7. 7-8. I lost my big lock this week too, which really sucks. That Chiefs cover was nasty, man. That was a nasty Chiefs cover. I would have been at 2-3. I would have been at 8-7 overall with 3-0 in the big lock, which I really liked. The Chiefs could have pulled it out. But if y'all watched that, man, it was a nasty cover. We were up 20 with about 5 minutes left. The Dolphins go and score 2 touchdowns. They go and they kick a field goal, dude. They kick a field goal with 5 seconds left in the game.
I was pretty happy after.
After the Chiefs got that, I was like, all right, we're up 9. Then the Dolphins go.
And of course,
they get to the 30. They're like, oh yeah, hey guys, hi, let's kick a field goal. Fuckers, they cover the spread. It was a brutal cover. Got me to 2-1 on my big locks. The losing record overall, 7-8. It was a tough week. I'm not gonna lie. It was a tough week for the spreads. Spreads didn't go my way. But hey, do I lose confidence? No. I still have just as much confidence next week. Next week's going to go 5-0, so definitely tune in Saturday. But man, it's one of those weeks, man. It happens to the best of us, you know. The spreads were covered. It was tough. It was tough luck. That's what it was this week for me. It was tough luck. It's tough luck.
Hey, yeah, but my picks 3-2. We did a little better than Trajan did at the 1-4, but
a little bit better this week.
My big lot didn't hit. I was freaking Texans, so I'll never do that again.
Yeah, that lost for me too. So yeah, the Texans lost for me.
But man, I should have been freaking 4-1, but Cleveland and Baltimore, that was some bullshit. God, whatever. Like,
we both got bullshitted, huh?
God,
that was crazy.
Like whatever, but
that's one of the craziest covers I've seen in a while.
Yes.
In a while.
3-2 though, I can't be too mad, but I am kind of pissed my big lock just whipped like it did, and I wasn't even competitive. But 3-2, get to 8-7 on the year. Big lock's 1-2. That's not good, but yeah, I'll take 3-2. Should have been 4-1, but I'll take 3-2. I'll take it. It'll be better next week.
Yeah,
I'm going 4-1.
My losses, just so y'all know, my losses for this week, it was the Chiefs, the first loss. That's my big lock. The Texans, Bears, lost that one. I lost the Jets, Seahawks. The Jets could not cover the 17, not even close. It made me regret betting on the Jets because they looked so pathetic out there. But I really thought they'd cover the 17.5 against the Seahawks team. I thought it'd be, like a 10-point game. I thought they'd come up with some more pride. No, I was wrong. Just got completely shit on. Completely shit on. Then I also had the Saints and the Eagles. Saints by 7.5. Completely wrong about that one too. The Eagles came out behind Jalen Hurts and played great football and beat them outright. So, and those are my 4 losses today. The Saints, the Jets, the Texans, and the Chiefs. Yeah. And I really feel like the Chiefs should have won, and I should have still went 2-3. But that's not how it worked out. The football team got it done for me at least. At least the football team got it done. You can always trust the football team to cover your spread.
5 would have been tough.
5 would have been real tough. Would have been set at 6 and 9. 7 and 8 is still tough to set at. I'm not gonna lie. 7 and 8 is tough to set at, but it's what it's done. So, but Preston went. You went 3-2 this week.
Yeah, 3-2.
So Preston.
My 2 losses were Houston, same as Trajan, and Cleveland and Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an 8-7. Not terrible, but man, I wish I was 9-6. If it wasn't for that safety.
Yeah, man, that'd be crazy. But hey, guys, we're just 6 days away from the NBA season starting. Only 6 days. That's so exciting. There's so many storylines around the NBA this year. So much stuff to watch for. We're gonna start off. Let's talk about the Giannis extension a little bit. What's your just straight thoughts on that? Like when you see that, what thoughts come through your mind through the dome? What's your thoughts when you see
through my mind?
Giannis re-signing with Milwaukee?
Well, as a Thunder fan, when I see their the star player sign a big extension with the team he got drafted with, first thing that comes through my mind. Respect.
I clap my hands, man.
Respect.
I clap my hands. I think it's great for the league. I think it's great for the league.
He needs to go play for something.
Yeah, no, I think it's what you love to see from the NBA. It's what the NBA breeds for and hopes to see every year. Is these players competing from their respective markets, and when you get a guy like Giannis, probably the best player in the game, sticking in their hometown in Milwaukee, man, it's great to see. It is great to see, especially when someone like OKC with KD wasn't able to get it done. He wasn't able to stay.
No, hopefully Giannis can win a championship with Milwaukee.
Yeah, hopefully he can.
He will be able to.
And they're gonna put. I mean, he's always gonna be in the race for the next 5 years. Yeah. The Milwaukee Bucks are gonna be in the race for the finals. They're probably gonna be a top 2 or 3 seed in the East for the next 5 years.
Shit, I mean, if Giannis didn't sign back with Milwaukee was screwed.
Milwaukee they exhaled, man, a massive exhale from Milwaukee. They would have been completely fucked if he didn't re-sign. Yeah, completely screwed. But they got it done, man, and now they're gonna be Milwaukee is where every franchise wants to be, man. They're gonna be a player for the next 5-6 years because they have the best player in the world on their team. They'll be able to put good players around him. They already have a good supporting cast around him. We'll be excited to see what this year's squad will do, and then just build on that. They have a good year this year. Keep building on it.
They'll be good this year.
Yeah, I think they'll be good this year as well. I probably predict them to be the 1 seed again this year.
Let's see last year.
This has to be. Hopefully you don't run into the Heat in the second round. Hopefully you're a little bit more prepared this year. They need to do better in the playoffs. You know, that's the deal. They've been so dominant in the regular season, and in the playoffs they come out and they just play Giannis for the drive and let them shoot, and they come out and they lose playoff series, and that's got to change. That's something obvious that Mike Budenholzer, he's got to change, you know. He's got to get this team ready to play in the playoffs and beat teams in playoff series, beat good teams like the Heat, in the Nets, in the Celtics, in a playoff series. That's the next step for this team. It's what they got to be able to do, especially when you have a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo on your team. You got to be able to beat teams like that. You got to be able to, I mean, eventually you got to cross the hump and make the NBA Finals. I mean, that's eventually what you have to do.
Yeah. They'll get over that sooner or later.
Yeah, I think they will too. And I'm fully confident that they will over the course of Giannis's next contract. I think that they'll reach it. Because before coming into this year, before he re-signed, you felt some really immense pressure to do it this year, you know? Yeah. You felt like it had to be this year, or else Giannis wasn't going to stay, or he was going to, something was going to happen if you didn't get it done this year. So getting it done this year gives you that really sense of peace over this next 5-year stretch, that no matter what happens, you're still going to have Giannis, you're still going to be there, you're still going to compete. It's a feeling that I loved in OKC. I remember when you re-signed Russell Westbrook to 5 years. I was like, all right, we're going to be good for 5 more years. We're going to have this Thunder team to watch for 5 years to be title contender. I'm really excited about this. That's what I thought when we re-signed Russell. Yeah. Obviously, it didn't turn out to be true, but still, it's a great thing for Milwaukee to see. I think it's a good thing for the league as well, when Milwaukee's going to be competitive. I think it's good for the league when you have one of the superstars staying home. It kind of encourages the other superstars to stay home. Yeah. And
I'll be a snake.
I'll be kind of rooting for the Bucks for a while now. I've obviously been kind of rooting for the Bucks. I like what they have going on over there. I like Giannis. It's a crazy story. I wonder what Giannis is gonna do with all his damn money now after coming from Greece, you know, not having shit. You seen that? Like the Giannis Antetokounmpo story, he didn't have shit. Family grew up from poverty, and now for generations. You know, he's set for generations with all this money that he's making now, making an absurd amount of money. Gonna be crazy to see what he's gonna do with it.
Probably whatever he wants. Man.
Yeah, whatever he wants, man. He's earned it. He's earned it for his family. I'm sure he'll give a good amount to his family.
God, he's rich, man.
He's a rich man. He's a rich man. He's a rich man. He's got it made, man. He's got it made.
Playing basketball.
Yeah, what we all want to do, man. Make all that money doing it playing basketball. And his family's set for the future now. Good for Giannis Antetokounmpo, man. He seems like a great dude. And I'll really be interested to see. I think this next episode we're going to do, Preston, I think it's going to have to be like an Eastern Conference breakdown. Because I've been looking at the rosters lately. I think we need to do an Eastern Conference and a Western Conference breakdown before the season starts in these next 6 days. That'll mean 2 episodes, probably 2 during the midweek. Just going through the rosters. I really want to go through, like, you know, who has the best on every spot in the starting lineup, you know, and then the bench units, and then just their superstar power and their coaching and just the way they play. I want to go over everything, man, because there's so much to go over in the NBA this year, especially in the Eastern and Western Conference. There's so much. There's so many good teams. It seems like this is what my dad told me the other day. He's a big NBA guy. It seems like right now there's more good NBA players and more good teams in the league than there has been in a long, long time. He was saying since like the 80s, he thought there's just been more good players and good teams throughout the league, and it's been more balanced. You know, there's not that one team that's just there's no like super. It's not like the Cavs Warriors era where we knew who was going to beat in the finals. This LeBron's Lakers team is really good, obviously, but there's also a lot of other good superstars and good teams elsewhere that are going to be able to compete for a title, be able to give that Lakers team a run for its money, and just really, really good teams. You know, really, really good teams. Like the Heat, that's a really, really good young team. The Bucks, that's a really, really good young team. And I'm excited to watch the Celtics, led by Brad Stevens, great coach. You have young superstars around them. It's a good young team. The Philadelphia 76ers. You have Embiid. You have Simmons. You have these pieces that they added this year. You have Seth Curry and Danny Green. That is a really good young team. When you have those 4 teams in the East, man, it's going to be a really good year in the East, you know? It's going to be a really good year to see who comes out of it. Then over on the Western side, obviously you have the Lakers, the defending champs. You have the Clippers. The Clippers made some good additions this year. I think Serge Ibaka over Montrezl Harrell, I think that makes the team better. I think they're going to like that. I think, I know the Lakers lost Rondo, but I think that's going to make the Lakers better. And I think with Ty Lue, they're going to be kind of reinvigorated to make another run here. I really want to see them play the Lakers in the playoff series. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see it last year. I hope we get to see it this year, even if it's in like the semifinals, you know, 4 versus 1 seed. I hope we see that Lakers-Clippers series because I think it'll be a really good series. I think the Clippers kind of built this team to rival the Lakers. If they can put together a team that can play them, you know, it'll be really interesting to see. But then from the West, you also have some other contenders. You have the Nuggets, you have the Jazz. You know, the Nuggets, you have the Jazz, you have the Trailblazers, you have the Mavericks. It'll be interesting to see what those two teams can do.
Be interesting.
Definitely, that needs to be our next episode for sure, is go through the Eastern Conference and preview the teams, go through the personnel, go through the depth charts, go through the teams. We're definitely going to do that, definitely going to bring that to you guys. Going to give you guys our power rankings, our best NBA teams of the year, so you guys can know who we think is going to be good. So whenever it's right, you guys can be like, oh, these guys really know what they're talking about, you know. But man, yeah, when we talk about the ESPN 100 too, I know we've been talking about that. They had Giannis coming at 19, or not Giannis, Zion, excuse me. How horrible is that? How horrible is Giannis or Zion coming in at 19?
Didn't we talk about that?
We didn't talk about Zion. We talked about the other 50.
Terrible.
We talked about Zion within the episode Corrupted.
Terrible. But
terrible. Zion coming in at 19 in the list is terrible, man. It's above guys. They had Zion above Jamal Murray. That blows my mind. That just is so. Zion coming in above Jamal Murray. I cannot believe it. I actually cannot. I don't know who's watching the games, who's watching the playoff games. But Zion is certainly not a better player than Jamal Murray right now. He might be in the next couple of years. You know, he might come. He might pass this curve, might pass this edge, take his game to another level. But as of right now, he's definitely not better than Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray, and it's not close. So to have him above there, as the number one power forward in the game, to mind you, ESPN has him as the number one power forward in the NBA right now. They don't have a single other power forward above him. Which, I mean, there's not too many strong power forwards in the game right now, so it's not too crazy to say. But just to have him that high as the number one power forward, it's pretty crazy, you know? It's pretty crazy. Yeah. The guys that they have him above. But, oh man, yeah, that's it for our money makers. I went 4-1, Preston went 3-2. That's it for the NFL. This week is a great week. The next episode, we're going to preview the schedule. I can't wait to talk about the schedule. We're going to talk a lot about the playoff implications, you know, what games you got to watch for, like what games will impact the playoffs, who's going to win the divisions, stuff like that, home field advantage, stuff like that. It's the fantasy playoffs, so I know we got y'all with the matchups.
Oh, yeah.
Fantasy playoffs now. Really close to breaking down this NFL playoff bracket and being able to see it for y'all. Me and Pete Hibb, man, you know, we're gonna get some more guests coming on now. We got a special guest coming up for y'all next week. It's gonna be fun.
Who? Sloan?
Yeah, no, Sloan's got to bring us. He's a busy man. We got a busy man coming on the podcast. Whenever we get this guy on the podcast, it's gonna be like we got Bill Gates on here or something, man. This guy's so busy. He's over, man. He's driving across the state. You know, he's over. He's in a different city every day. It seems.
What's he doing?
This guy's a maniac. This guy's a maniac. You know. He's filling up. He's working on the daily, man. He went ice skating the other night. I thought he was gonna film this podcast with us, but no, he's ice skating. Sloan Roller, such a busy man. Such a guy that we all strive to be like, you know, just working from the 9 to 5, earning his honest living, as a football player as well. But can't wait to have him here on the podcast, man. What a guy. What a guy. You know, I've been waiting to get him on this podcast here, and it's always been something, man. It's been like, he was actually on here. He's going to do this episode with us right here, and his tire popped. He was on the highway and his tire popped. He couldn't make it because his tire popped. That's tough. He had to wait on the tire repairman to come for about an hour or so. And it took a while. He couldn't end up making it. So whenever something like that happens, just tough luck, you know? Just tough luck. That's all. But when we have him here, I'm going to be sent here. I'm on the middle with the laptop. And I got Preston. I'm going to have Sloan sending this, Preston sending that. He's sending my own show. It's going to be like around the horn. You know, I'm going to be like that one guy that runs the show here. All right, so what do you think about this? So that's what I'm going to be like. That's probably all we need to talk about for the NBA for now. Like me and Preston said, this next week before the season starts, we got a big episode coming out for you guys, an NBA preview. And we're going to go through all the players, all the personnel, just the starting lineups for every team and the bench units and the coaching and just what it's going to look like and what every team needs to do in order to put themselves in the best position to contend. And the adjustments that they need to make throughout the year to be able to contend, because the NBA is so competitive this year, man. That's the thing. You got teams like the Suns. You got teams like the Sixers. You got so many teams like that are coming in here ready to play, ready to compete for a championship with players like that, like Chris Paul, like Russell Westbrook with the Wizards, like guys that are just ready to come in and just ready to compete, man, and ready to get those guys going. But, man, can't wait for that NBA episode. And Preston, that's probably all. We're probably good on the NFL and the NBA today. I know you got a lot of stuff you got to attend to today. You got to get to those finals. You got to get to those work. But is there any college basketball picks that you want to talk about today? Any college basketball picks that you feel good about today? I thought maybe you might want to give 3 locks out there for the public.
I'll give you my 3 locks.
All right.
I like Kansas with the points. I'll take them with the money line. I like Creighton with the points against St. John's.
Oh, that's mine too. Too. He took mine. Motherfuckers out there. Creighton versus St. John's. That's my pick as well.
I don't know what the hell. And I like Oregon. And I like Oregon with the points against San Francisco.
Yeah. Okay. So you like Kansas with the points against State?
Yeah. Well, they're getting 3 points.
Okay. My favorite picks for this week is Creighton against St. John's as well. You like Oregon against San Francisco?
Yeah. What the hell?
Dude, San Francisco beat Virginia, man.
I don't care. Who the hell is San Francisco? I love that line. Just because they beat Virginia, now they get all this respect and all this love.
Well, I was going to give you guys my picks, but for some reason, the lines are not looking too hot right now. I'm not getting any lines. I'm going to go on this betting side and see if I can get some better lines for you guys so I can make my predictions. I'm just going to give you guys my live predictions here because I haven't looked at the lines prior to this.
Rhode Island beat San Francisco by 13. Cal beat San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oregon.
But just coming from the dome of my head, I kind of like Seton Hall. I like Seton Hall. That's a 3.5-point underdog against Marquette. Might put money line on there. I think Marquette could definitely win that game, but I think Seton Hall is a live dog at 3.5, and I like betting on them to win that game. I think that game could come down to the wire. I just think that's a live dog right there. I like betting on the live dogs. I also like UC California Irvine, 4.5-point underdogs versus Loyola Marymount. That's another live dog right there. Either bet on them to cover or bet on them to win the money line. Either way, I think you'll be in good shape because I think that game's going to be close. And also St. Louis against North Carolina State. St. Louis is favored by 5 points in this game.
I like North Carolina State.
And I think St. Louis is going to win the game. So I think St. Louis is the better team, but I think North Carolina State could certainly cover. This is a game that you kind of want to keep an eye on. This is the live bet type of game for me. You know, North Carolina State gets out to a 12-8 lead, and the lines end up even and end up taking St. Louis. That's the type of game. This type of game seems to me a live bet type of game where I take St. Louis. But man, it's
people got to be hurt for
North Carolina State. Yeah, people don't like North Carolina, but that's my 3 picks for today. I like Creighton as well. I like Seton Hall against Marquette, and I like St. Louis on the money line when you live bet it. And I like UC Irvine versus Loyola Marymount. I like the money line, and I like the cover. So, man, I don't know if there's too much to cover here. Anything else? I think we kind of talked about the college football last week. Is there any college football we need to talk about? We didn't. Because I know that last episode got corrupted, so it seems like some of the stuff we talked about kind of isn't there. So I know this is a longer episode today. We kind of had to do last episode, last week's, and then we had to do this week's as well. So this one's a little bit longer, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. We've had a lot to talk about, but I don't think there's really anything in the college basketball or in the college football world. I don't think too much changed. We got those same 4 playoff teams.
Yeah.
We got the conference championships coming up this week.
We can cover it Saturday.
Yeah, we'll cover that one Saturday. Because we got Alabama, Florida coming up this week. I think Alabama's going to kick their ass. OU and Iowa State. Northwestern and Ohio State in the Big Ten. Texas A&M, Tennessee. Clemson, Notre Dame. That's the big game of the weekend, obviously. But yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that should be it for today's episode, guys. I appreciate you guys listening. It's a great week in the NFL. Great weekend. Can't wait for the NBA to start, man. 5-6 days so we get the NBA starting and we'll have college basketball. Everything's gonna be going, man. When the NBA starts, that's a great day. Always great with some NBA basketball, some college basketball. There's always some stuff on TV to watch. Always some stuff to break down. Always some stuff to talk about. So that's what I love to see. Obviously, most of the attention is going to be on the NFL here as we end this NFL season. It's going to be a great finish. Got some great games to talk about Saturday when we do this podcast. Saturday, talk about the game Sunday. Got some great games, big games coming up Sunday. Preston, is there anything else you want to touch on?
No, nothing.
That'll be it.
If you're listening, drop a smiley face.
Yeah, drop a smiley face, man. I still don't get a smiley face. What's up with that? If you're listening to this one, text me 3 smiley faces. Maybe text me if you text me a little emoji, like a smiling emoji. I might do something special for you. So I might do something special for you. Keep that in mind. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for you guys. Hour 46. We had a good length episode today. This one's gonna get out. It won't corrupt like last one. Don't worry. Can't wait to have this video out too. I thank y'all for listening. Preston's got to get back to his finals, and see you guys later. Peace. P, give him the exit.
Huh? Wait, what?
You got any last words for
no.
this?
No. Not right now. My mind is fucking online.
What, your fucking finals?
Yeah. So I literally have a 79 in there.
Damn.
I know. And I have a.
Alright, this one's gonna be fun.